I'm Dan Myers, and I am honored to stand before you in my 5th, if you can believe that, year of being president of Misericordia University. Thank you. I was not expecting applause at that point, so that's good. We're off to a good start. On behalf of a grateful campus community, I welcome you to this very special occasion, our Trustee Associate Gala. I hope you are enjoying this beautiful Westmoreland Club facility as much as we are. I'm currently serving on the board of the club, so I will take a little bit of credit for it. It reminds us of Misericordia with the beautiful woodwork in here and the stained glass windows. We feel our founding Sisters of Mercy are looking down on us with pride. Tonight, it said founding sisters, tonight is Misericordia's opportunity to say thank you to our trustee associate level benefactors. It is your generous commitment and exceptional benevolence that has helped Misericordia reach many milestones over the past 101 years. As we turn the corner on our first century, few milestones are more important than us welcoming our second largest first-year class in history this fall. And that is worth applause. We are so pleased to have these students join us and experience Mercy Higher Education. It's very special, it's very meaningful, and it really transforms their lives. And so it's great that more students are coming to us to have that experience. We're getting close to the first biggest class. There was one class, the 2012, when we started the football program, and the entire football roster, about 120 guys, they were all in the first-year class that year. And so there was a little bit of a spike in enrollment that year. And we're getting close to that, though. We're only about 30 away now, and we may be able to do that. And that is a great thing to happen at our university. And we're just so bolstered every day by the energy of our students. There was nothing like it this fall when we started up and had all those students arrive on our campus, and you could just feel it. You could feel what was happening on a campus, all the many good things that are going on at Misericordia. It's a wonderful place for me to be, and it's a wonderful place for our students and our faculty and staff to be as well. Each new academic program, each athletic endeavor, each facility upgrade, and each scholarship helps us attract and retain students who are proud to call Misericordia home, and you are the people that help us make that happen. We have a few special guests we'd like to recognize as we thank all of you for your support tonight. First of all, please help me recognize the Sisters of Mercy who are joining us tonight. It is their mission and purpose that inspires all we do. Sisters, could you please stand and be acknowledged? And as president, I can say they're not just inspirations to us, but they are friends to me, and I thank you for that. From the bottom of my heart, you all have been so wonderful in welcoming me and supporting me personally. Each year, we honor those who help us carry on our mission. Our Trustee Associates Award tonight will honor the generosity of our dear friend, Dorothy Dixon Darling, here from Southern California, whose commitment to Misericordia Athletics spans more than 2 decades. We will also be presenting our Mercy Mission Medal to alumni and another wonderful friend, Rosemary Dvorsky Guido, class of 1967, whose career in social justice is the epitome of the charisms of mercy, service, justice, and hospitality. And with the utmost appreciation, we will present our Founders Medal to the Charlotte W. Newcomb Foundation, whose commitment to Misericordia has resulted in hundreds of non-traditional students and student mothers receiving scholarships that have made their education at Misericordia possible over the past 30 years. You'll be hearing more about these honorees just a little bit later in the program, but welcome to all of you and thank you for what you have done for our students in our university. I'd be remiss not to mention that we have at least one other attendee tonight, benefactor Andy Koch, who flew all the way in from San Francisco to join us tonight, our furthest away attendee tonight, I think. I now would like to welcome Sister Mary Ann Dillon, formerly of the Board of Trustees, and we brought her back. She's coming in for her second round on the board, and former president of Mount Aloysius, and a steadfast supporter of Mercy Education for many, many years. Sister Mary Ellen will be delivering our invocation. Sister?
What an elegant setting. You know, this may be the closest I ever get to preaching from an anvil. God has many names: Majesty, Lord, Love, Savior, and so forth. Tonight, however, we address God by a name that all of us in this room have experienced. God is generosity. God is generosity. Glimpses of God through the experience of the generosity of others call each of us to respond with gratitude. So tonight, we express our common gratitude for those glimpses of God, fleeting or profound, of the source of all generosity, as we experience and celebrate that generosity in the gifts of so many. So we pray. Ever-present source of all generosity, we thank you. And we praise you for your presence here in our midst, in the generosity of so many who support and love Misericordia University. We thank you for the gracious leadership of the Board of Trustees, for our president, our university leaders, faculty, alumni, students, and loving donors. We thank you especially for the generosity of Dorothy Darling, Rosemary Guido, and the Newcomb Foundation, as well as the gifts of so many people, great and small, which give us fleeting glances of your divine generosity, and at the same time, call us to imitate that generosity in grateful actions ourselves. We are grateful for so much, for the bounty set before us this evening, for those who prepared and served this meal, for the joy of friendship, for good humor, for peace, and in a special way, for the gift of mercy, Misericordia, which is illumined in small and large ways through your many-faceted generosity. Make us grateful people, O generous one, imitating your generosity, especially to all those in need. We thank you for your revealing your presence to us in this way. Amen. Amen.
First, I just wanted to say thanks to our videographer, Mike Gombita, who is an alum of Misericordia, 2014 and 2020. I can do this, Mike, I swear. It's a good thing you're there to edit these things afterward. 2014 and 2017, Mike. was an alum of Misericordia. He did a great job with the video, and I also wanted to congratulate him and another alum, Jenna Reed, class of 2020, on their recent wedding. Mike and Jenna, where are you? And now on with the awards. If you have ever been to a Misericordia football, soccer, lacrosse, or field hockey game, or attended a track and field meet, you have likely been to the Mangelsdorf field on our campus. Yeah. And you should come next week to the football game because we just beat a football powerhouse today in the last minute. We are in sole possession of the #1 spot in the MAC. And so next week will be a very exciting game, and we'll all be out there with our striped overalls on. So, stop at the bookstore, pick up a pair, and come join us. So it'll be fun. But we have Dorothy Darling and her late husband, Jack Mangelsdorf, to thank for making that facility and others on our campus a reality. Jack, a native of Iowa, and Dorothy, who grew up just miles from campus, made their mark on Misericordia in the early 2000s, sparked by a meeting with then President Mike McDowell. Mike, still a very good friend of this university. It took Dr. McDowell less than an hour to present Misericordia's plan to improve the athletic facilities on campus and possibly add lacrosse to the campus athletic programs, a project close to Jack's heart. Their subsequent gift enabled the campus to initiate lacrosse as a sport and build what was named Mangelsdorf Field in support of the numerous athletic programs of the time. Upon Jack's sudden passing in 2017, his memorial service was held on the field named in his honor. Dorothy's support and love of this university in Jack's memory has spanned the years and continues with her most recent gift in support of the Brassington Athletic Dome, located adjacent to Mangelsdorf Field. The two facilities not only changed the landscape of campus, but as we heard Chuck Atkins say in the video, they have redefined athletics and recreation for all students, faculty and staff, and the local community. The Mangelsdorf Field and the Dome provide exceptional facilities that help Misericordia attract and retain not only athletes for its 31 varsity sports, but also for a wide range of intramural and community activities, including my band, again, playing in the Dome. It was the first time we had an opportunity to do something like that. That's very exciting, isn't it? The Trustee Associates Award is given annually to friends of the university who have demonstrated outstanding dedication, service, and generous support to Misericordia and its students. It is with great pleasure that I present the 2025 Trustee Associates Award to Dorothy Dixon Darling. Dorothy.
Dorothy's focus on philanthropy for the Wyoming Valley really came from her family history and was instilled in her from her parents, and encouraged her to remember that her wealth had come from the people of Wyoming Valley and that it should go to serve the benefit of the people of Wyoming Valley. Dorothy's relationship with Misericordia came about from a lunch that she had in San Diego with Mike McDowell years ago. And Mike explained to her the vision of what the university could be, and that a key part of that would be the construction of Mangelsdorf Field. And we know how that turned out. Since that point, she has been a strong advocate of the university and continues her philanthropy, as you can see with her participation in the athletic dome.
Her financial commitment to student athletes, our intramural program, and this university as a whole has made life so much better for all of us. It's a game changer athletically, for sure, to provide student athletes and coaches a place to be in the Northeast during January, February, and March. The Dome afforded us the opportunity to take our outdoor sports, move them to the Dome, open up indoor recreation time. So again, overall health and wellness for an entire population.
Dorothy has touched so many lives through the YMCA, the CEO with the Weinberg Food Bank, Wilkes University, Wyoming Seminary. She has served on the boards of those schools. Her focus hasn't only been that of writing a check. It has been active participation in helping this area move forward.
Dorothy, congratulations on the Trustees Associates Award. So well deserved. We are so thankful and grateful for all that you have done for Misericordia University, its students, its student athletes, and its community. Because of you, you have made a difference in the lives of so many here at Misericordia. So congratulations. Thank you.
Dorothy, congratulations on receiving the Trustee Associates Award. I can think of no one more deserving than you.
I'm going to say tonight has already been said, but I'm going to say it again because that's all I've got. So. I want to talk to you tonight about the shoulders upon which I stand. First of all, many years ago, President Mike McDowell flew to California to talk to me about contributing a lacrosse field on the Misericordia campus. He was convinced that the field would result in the transformation of the sports programs at Misericordia. Now, looking back, it turns out that Dr. McDowell was correct. So thank you, Mike, for your continuing vision. He's still continuing to make this vision come true for the growth and expansion of Misericordia University. Secondly, I also stand on the shoulders of my grandmother, Mrs. Frank Dart, who built the Dorothy Dart Center for Performing Arts. My grandmother showed me how powerful the combination of financial resources and vision can be. I am continually inspired by my grandmother's understanding of how important the Dart Center would be, especially to young people of the Wyoming Valley community, and especially those who attended Wilkes University. So thank you, Nana. Thirdly, I am standing on the shoulders of the Sisters of Mercy, who had the great idea of starting a college in the Wyoming Valley area. The Sisters of Mercy are here tonight and still active in the school and continue to keep Misericordia alive and vital. So thank you, Sisters of Mercy. Last, but by no means least, I am standing on the shoulders of Jack F. Mangelsdorf Jr., who devoted his entire life to supporting the sport of lacrosse. I generally contribute to programs and facilities that support the arts, but Jack told me that in his opinion, sports were just as important as the arts for young people in their formative years. So he was instrumental in convincing me that the contribution of this lacrosse field would be a great idea. So thank you, Jack, for your lifetime commitment to sports, and especially lacrosse. Also, in closing, I want to ask you to find a way to be of service. This service doesn't have to be something big. It can even be walking the dog or helping an old woman across the street. There are so many ways to contribute, so just pick one and run with it. And thank you, Misericordia, for this honor. It means a lot to me.
Good evening, everyone. And I have to say that this venue is outstanding. And I want to give thanks to all of the folks that work behind the scenes to make this happen. You guys work tirelessly, and you've done a tremendous, tremendous job. So let's give them a hand. I'm Greg Collins, and as chair of the Board of Trustees, I am honored to present tonight's Mercy Mission Medal. This award is bestowed on occasion to recognize and honor a friend or alumni whose lifetime of commitment, dedication, and service to Misericordia and the willingness to share expertise and treasure advances the university's mission and core values. As a sociology and education major inspired by the Sisters of Mercy, alumna Rosemary Dvorsky-Guido, class of 1967, knew from the start that she wanted to right social justice wrongs in the world. Her award-winning 40-year career has spanned a wide array of social justice issues, too many accolades to list. Here are just a few of note. She was honored by the New York State Commission of Corrections for having conducted the first study of its kind on the mortality rate of inmates due to AIDS in the New York State Corrections System. She received an Outstanding Teacher Award for her work that helped revamp the criminology program at Penn State University. She was named a Professor Emerita upon retiring from the Department of Criminology and Criminal Justice at Indiana University of Pennsylvania. And she most recently conducted extensive research on rural girls of color and the impact that a lack of access to STEM education had on their educational opportunities. It is no surprise that her philanthropy also addresses her desire to help disadvantaged. As such, she is one of the largest benefactors to the Ruth Matthews Borger Women with Children program at Misericordia. She has established 2 scholarships at Misericordia in the name of mercy and justice. Considering Misericordia a home away from home, Rosemary returned to the campus in 2023 to conduct a master class in empowerment storytelling for the students in the Borger program. It is with great respect and honor that on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I present the Mercy Mission Medal to alumna Rosemary Dvorsky-Guido, class of 1967.
If you are interested in meeting someone who is both dynamic, charismatic, intellectual, advocate, just amazing, wonderful person, human being, all wrapped up into one, you've got Dr. Rosemary Guido. She truly is the embodiment of what we call that Mulier Fortis. She is a force, she is a valiant woman, and she is just one of the most incredible people I've ever met. I think the impact of philanthropy from Dr. Rosemary Guido is probably best demonstrated by what you see in our outcomes for our program. When you see the success of our women who are going on with college degrees, pursuing graduate school, professional careers, raising their children into successful careers in education themselves, you start to see philanthropy in action. And I think that what she has done and her generosity has done has created a legacy of excellence, both not only in the academic sphere, but also in just the wellness sphere of all of our families.
And I'm a recipient of Miss Rosie's scholarship. So I was a dropout at 11th grade, and I ended up getting my high school diploma a month before I got accepted here to the university, and I just moved straight in. I didn't even know what Dallas looked like or where Dallas was. I just drove here and moved in with my kids. And now I'm 3 years in. It means a lot to me because I grew up very poor, so if I didn't have the scholarships and grants and the help that I get now from the program, I probably wouldn't be here or have came this far. So the scholarship helps me be able to manage my money elsewhere, like with my kids' sports or their school activities.
Her scholarships are motivators. Her scholarships are inspiration. Her scholarships mean more than just that financial stewardship of this goodwill toward you to get your education. It means I believe in you as well. And I think when you have that intersectionality between a person who shows up, a person who exemplifies and embodies these charisms we have here in our mission, and you tie that together with her philanthropy and her generosity, you're mobilizing and impacting women who may not have even believed in themselves. And so I think that is instrumental when we're talking about her work and her philanthropy, especially because of that. It's way more than just a scholarship. It's a lifeline.
Congratulations on receiving your award, Miss Rosie.
Congratulations, Dr. Rosemary Guido, on this prestigious Mercy Mission Medal Award from Misericordia University. I cannot think of a more deserving person than you, our Mama G. Congratulations to you on this special day, on this special occasion, and this most deserving honor. We love you.
My goodness, I'm back at the teaching podium. I grew up in Wilkes-Barre in the 1950s and 1960s. You know, at that time, the entire anthracite region came to be known as a pocket of poverty. At that same time, I believe it was 1968, when Bobby Kennedy took his tour of Kentucky and discovered poverty in his run for the presidency, and again found very concentrated and cumulatively formed poverty in Kentucky. Yet, growing up, I never felt poor. My second generation immigrant parents, from tracing back to Poland and Slovakia, thank you, we're very proud people. My dad, Leo, worked for 30 plus years at Stegmeyer's Brewery. My mother worked a variety of what they used to call silk mill jobs, because my dad probably would only accumulate 6 months of full-time work in a year, because at that time, in that era, if the mines were not mining coal, the beer wasn't getting made. Yep, my parents, good Catholics, I remember them, and their daily rosary, believed in the American dream. And I came to achieve the American dream largely because of Misericordia College. In 1964, when I was going to both Misericordia and King's College part-time, I met Sister Mary Hildegard, a fabulous Mercy nun who became my advocate. And she attained both full honor scholarship and a work scholarship for me that enabled me to attend Misericordia and graduate in 1967. Of course, thanks to Misericordia, I met the wonderful Jack Guido, because girls in that era, women at Misericordia, always went to the King's College dances. And Jack Guido, who like me was trying to save money going to school, was going to Penn State Hazleton, living with his aunt, and the rest is history. But after he obtained his master's in business from Pitt, a good engineering major he was, plus that, we married and had 53 wonderful years together. Highlighted, I must brag now a little, by the birth of our two sons, Stephen and Jeffrey, who's here with me. And of course, now you have to get the rest of the family, right? Because Stephen married the fabulous Teresa, and Jeffrey married the fabulous Wendy, and I am blessed with 5 fabulous grandchildren, Matthew, Alex, Allison, Megan, and Sophie. Oh my goodness, so the years fly by. In 2019, I began to think about pockets of poverty again. And I decided that I wanted to study Pennsylvania's persistent poverty. So I recruited 3 of my former doctoral students from Indiana University of Criminology. And we spent the summer of 2019 studying 2 rural and 2 urban Pennsylvania counties for their persistent poverty. I, of course, focused on Luzerne County. But the key thing that we found was, again, great disadvantage for girls and women of color or Hispanic ethnicity in terms of their access to education or resources in general, and higher education in particular. So by September of that year, 2019, I asked former President Bozeman if I could come back to Misericordia for a visit. And during my stay, I met the fabulous Mercy Sister Jean and learned about how she had created and begun the Ruth Berger program for women and children. And then, oh my goodness, what a wonderful trip, I also met the fabulous dynamic duo, Catherine Polidal and Sandy Johnson, who then and continue today to create and support, I should say, creative educational pathways for women and their children. And can we have applause for them? Because last month, they celebrated 25 years of doing this fabulous work. So, from that, certainly from that visit and from that research, my Misericordia education-based values of mercy, hospitality, justice, and service were renewed and recharged. Uh-oh, here I came. So, in the last 3 years, over food and fellowship, I've been honored to have Dan Myers, Tanya Eaton, Marianne Pohala, Wendy Ferrara, and Mark DePippa come to my home, deepening even more my family relationship with Misericordia. And so tonight, I feel profound gratitude and humility for this exceptional honor. And I thank the Board of Trustees and all of you here in this audience for your long years of dedication to the model of the Sisters of Mercy, of excellence and education, Misericordia University. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to ask Roger Howell, the chair of the Advancement Committee of the Board of Trustees, to come to the podium for our next award. Roger?
Good evening, everyone. I feel like I should be preaching a sermon or something up here. I'm Roger Howell, a member of the Board of Trustees and chair of the University Advancement Committee. In my role, I regularly review the benefactors who have made Misericordia what it is today. Many of them self-students who receive scholarships from the Sisters of Mercy. Others are inspired by friends or relatives who attended here. Yet others support programs, activities, and facilities that have a special place in their heart. When I look at the Charlotte W. Newcomb Foundation, there is a striking resemblance between namesake Charlotte Newcomb and our own Sisters of Mercy founder, Catherine McCauley. Both were women of extraordinary vision who made it their mission to help the less fortunate, particularly non-traditional students and women and children in need. Charlotte Newcomb honored the wishes of her father and established a foundation to carry on her love of education. For more than 30 years, the Charlotte W. Newcomb Foundation has provided scholarship assistance to students at Misericordia and more than 120 other institutions, making it possible for students who, against the odds, were able to attain a college degree. As you heard earlier from Vice President Glenn Bozinski, the assistance is invaluable to our students and has impacted hundreds of student lives over the years. That leads me to why I am standing here. In my hand, actually behind me, is one of the Misericordia's highest honors, the Founders Medal. It's periodically bestowed upon generous individuals and organizations who have significantly transformed the university's ability to serve students and advance the mission of its founders and sponsors. The Sisters of Mercy, through philanthropy, the Charlotte W. Newcomb Foundation has done just that. At this time, I would like to call up Dr. Gianna Durso Finley, Executive Director, and Lindsay Barra, Associate Executive Director. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I am honored to present Misericordia's Founders Medal to the Charlotte W. Newcomb Foundation.
More than a third of the students in college right now are adult learners, non-traditional learners. I can guarantee you that a third of the money that helps students get through college is not devoted to adult learners and non-traditional students. That's why the Newcomb Foundation and their work and working with us in our Women with Children program and with other adult learners is so crucial, because there are less resources for students like that, and Newcomb helps so much with that.
I am a recipient of the Charlotte W. Newcomb Foundation scholarship, and what that means to me for Misericordia to be partnered with individuals from such a foundation is something that has motivated me and once again made me feel as though I made the right choice to continue to pursue my education here at Misericordia. There was a number of times in the past 2 years where I didn't think I was going to be able to not only financially support my decisions to continue and persevere, but also to, once again, emotionally, and feeling as though I was a part of that university. And the Newcomb Foundation and the faculty here at Misericordia have been more than a staple and more than a motivator to help me continue to get that dream that I want to have and becoming a licensed master social worker.
The Charlotte Newcomb Foundation Scholarship has always been a part of us finding a way and matching the right student with the right award to be able to get those students to finish when they might not have otherwise. There are few people and few organizations that have been with Misericordia as a partner to help students succeed as long as the Newcomb Foundation have.
When they came here and we had that luncheon, it showed a genuine, integral, and honest interest in the students. You know, they were there, they wanted to know our journey, they wanted to know our trials, they wanted to know how we got there and what impact that they were having on our success and our educational journey.
I'd like to congratulate Gianna, Lindsay, and the entire Newcomb Foundation team on earning the Founders Medal. It is truly a prestigious award, one of the most prestigious Misericordia can bestow, and I'm thrilled not only that they're the recipients, but that we will continue our long and successful partnership for years to come.
I just wanted to give congratulations to Dr. Durso Finley on the Founders Medal for the Charlotte W. Newcomb Scholarship Foundation, and I just wanted to say it's more than deserving, and it was great to meet you, and I'm just very happy and grateful and indebted to you. So congratulations, Dr. Finley, truly, truly.
Good evening. On behalf of the trustees of the Charlotte W. Newcomb Foundation and my amazing colleague, Lindsay Bora, it is my supreme honor to accept the Founders Medal. I am at a loss to add to the words that you've already heard from our student recipient in the video and from our introduction. But I would like to ask you just for a moment to close your eyes and take yourself back 120 years and imagine a young woman who was nearly legally blind as she struggled to fulfill her passion for learning. Her brother and sister were able to attend college, but as a young woman growing up in the early part of the 1900s with a vision impairment, college wasn't in the cards for her. Nevertheless, she believed deeply in the power of higher education and in the value of lifelong learning. She put numerous children and children of friends through college, including her pastor's 2 children. And she used her own money to pay people to read to her so that she could continue to learn and grow and develop as a human being, as a woman, and as a philanthropist. When she passed away in 1979, she named her pastor's 2 children as the original board of trustees and founding executive director at the Newcomb Foundation. In honor of her passion for lifelong learning and the struggle that she had with her vision impairment. The foundation started with 2 programs to support mature students and students with disabilities. As you've heard earlier this evening, those 2 powerful programs chime so closely with the ideals and the mission of the Sisters of Mercy. And in our over 40 years of granting to 120 plus institutions, the Newcomb Foundation, One Woman's Legacy, has supported over 50,000 students and over $75 million in scholarships. At Misericordia, that translates to 850 students, one of whom is able to join us here tonight, and $1.3 million. This partnership with Misericordia is one of which the foundation is so proud because of the connectivity between our mission, Charlotte's ideals, and the mission and vision of the Sisters of Mercy. Thank you so much for this honor. We are most grateful, and we are so appreciative for all of you to be sharing in this celebration with us. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to introduce to you our new Vice President for University Advancement here at Misericordia, Todd Sloan.
Good evening. I just have to say it's so good to be home in Northeast Pennsylvania. And I would not have been afforded this opportunity if it wasn't for the retirement of my predecessor, Tanya Easton, who I want to acknowledge. And congratulations to all of our award winners. You make us so proud. And thank you to all of our donors. We're so grateful. Last year, we celebrated Misericordia's centennial, honoring the founding in 1924 of this remarkable institution by the Sisters of Mercy to serve the daughters of Pennsylvania's coal miners and other women of limited means. From the beginning, there was a different spirit that set Misericordia apart. A Catholic college steeped in the mercy values of mercy, service, justice, and hospitality. We remain committed to providing a full and rounded educational experience. Throughout those 100 years, the core values of academic excellence, community, care, and commitment have been the defining characteristics of a Misericordia education. We now look to our second century with pride in the past and a bold vision for the future, with plans that encompass priority investments in capital projects, academic programming, and student success. These investments will fuel the next century of growth as we launch a new strategic plan next year. We're simultaneously transitioning to the next phase of our comprehensive campaign. I am happy to announce to you, Mercy transforms the next 100 years. May I call Roger and Deanna?
Our reach now extends beyond northeastern Pennsylvania, attracting bright students from around the world who are called to embrace our values. Today, Misericordia stands at a transformative crossroads. The chance to build not just a university that endures, but one that leads by redefining excellence, expanding opportunities, and shaping the next century of innovation, impact, and ethical leadership. Mercy transforms our next 100 years, accelerates our efforts to raise $50 million to enhance the spirit of the four charisms and advance the capabilities of Misericordia University at the dawn of its second century. Dan?
I bold vision requires equally bold investments. Our next campaign phase, Mercy Transforms, is built on 3 foundational pillars: a Misericordia that is energized, engaged, and eternal. These pillars encompass priority investments in capital projects such as re-energizing the College of Business, instituting academic and athletic enhancements, and providing continued support of the Misericordia Fund and growing our endowment, all of which will forever fund student scholarships, experiential learning, academic innovation, mission, and service.
A successful campaign not only needs bold vision and bold investments, it demands bold leadership. With that, it is my pleasure to recognize 2 dedicated alumni, both from the class of 1985, and respected members of our community who will lead us to success. I would like to introduce to you the co-chairs of our Mercy Transforms campaign, Marjorie Henry Marquardt and David Payne. Please stand and welcome. And our promise to Marjorie and David was tonight they didn't have to speak, but you'll be hearing from them. So with that, we are closing our formal program, and as my mother would say, manja, and enjoy one another's company and our great music. Thank you.